So I don't go on Twitch or anything, but ever since I first heard about this, I had to talk about it. It's been in my mind ever since, and this is a completely unscripted video. So this is individual by the name of Nitro Camden on Twitch. I don't like I said, I don't know how Twitch works or anything. So apparently this individual got a lot of people watching his stream, and his mother, or so-called mother, womb carrier, beat the brakes off this guy. She beat the brakes off this guy, embarrassed him on live for the whole world to see. And her currently, at the moment of time he's recording this video, her job is technically at jeopardy, rightfully so. And he's working on relocating. So basically what happened with him is that it's the whole stereotypical thing of when someone turns 18, they gotta leave the house. And that's not even what it was. The whole motive, there could have been a whole bunch of things going on, but it really affected me because this woman reminded me of a couple women in my family. Two in particular that I'll get to in a couple of minutes. So basically, more viewers, more followers, more ads, more money, right? So his mom was jealous, and apparently she stole all the money out of his bank account, trying to get another bank account to steal from him, and just egregious behavior from her. Now, I will say this before I go on her personally and talk about the two women in my family that this reminded me of, or maybe even other women in my life. I just knew that it would be something like this in nature when it came to this being a black woman. And I had to bring up race into it, but I'm a black man, and I experienced some horrible shit in my family by black women. And I can tell you right now, if I didn't know, if I was a blind person, right, and I just heard the voices, I would immediately assume, as a black American woman, or a black woman in general, I'm gonna assume she's black American, and the assumption would be right. First off, let me start with the obvious. Why you as a woman hitting a grown ass man? Now I get it, right? That's her kid. I mean, even what was being disobedient, he was not showing any type of threatening stance. He wasn't being aggressive. He was pretty much resisting and all that. But why you as a woman hitting a grown ass man? See, that's the thing with American culture. Pretty much, I know because I live in the United States, right? Women can hit men here, and it's cheered upon, it's okay. And if a man even defends himself, not even hit the woman back, defends himself, he could go to jail or get charged. Dumbest shit in my life. Dumbest shit in my life. I shouldn't have to have a bunch of lawyers and a bunch of money in the bank to defend myself from abroad who's putting hands on me. Family or not. It doesn't make any sense. Because I'm pretty sure if he would have swung back on her, he would have been going to juvenile detention, and she's again, stupid. So and the reason why is because there's an individual in my family who was in the past and done it to me before, who has laid hands on me. And the reason being is it was for no apparent reason. As a matter of fact, it was a whole misunderstanding. I'm not gonna go into too much into the story. It doesn't make any kind of sense. It's nonsense. It's bullocks. But from my understanding, it was a misunderstanding from what I said, and they hit me. And I'm not the first person who did it before. This individual hit other grown women in the family as well. And you really gotta ask yourself, why would I want to date somebody who I either grew up with or had a negative experience in my family where they looked like me, and years down the line, I'm not talking about immediately, I'm not talking about all, but years down the line, they could punch me in my fucking nose, and if I even resist, I can go to fucking prison. Why? Okay? I don't want to hear, oh, that's just this individual, a couple individuals, not all. I get it's not all. But I can be traumatized too. I can resist dating my people in my own race too, from my country. Right? I can do that. I have a freedom and a right. Okay? But that's the whole thing I didn't like about it. All right? Another thing is the whole thing with the money. Now, this goes on to me more personally because of the individual I currently live with. And this is the perfect thing that anybody can rant about. Even the skin color and the rant. And skin color and the gender being taken out of the equation completely. Why is it that you can help bring an individual into this world, right? You want to become a parent, and you want them to struggle just like you did. That is so, like, you gotta understand how mentally fucked up you are. And then these are the things, right? They bring religion into it and manipulate you by saying it's love. No, bitch, it's not love, okay? You can't be a parent and say, I struggle, you're gonna struggle too. What? So here's my story, okay? I'm not gonna try and make it too long-winded, right? Back when I had my other job and was making a lot more money, right? I started to travel more, right? Living my best life, right? As they say. So this person wanted to raise rent charges. And then proceeded to talk about how they struggled when they were younger and how they struggled and things were hard for them. I'm sorry, Mrs. Knucklehead, but that's not my problem. I couldn't help you I couldn't help the way you grew up. I couldn't help your financial decisions. And for the life of God, I didn't ask to be fucking born. I didn't ask for you to be my parent. So this whole notion of I struggle and you should struggle too could put you in a mental health ward. I'm sorry. I don't care. I mean, I'm going off the extreme, but if I ran a country, you should go to a mental health ward. And then it's like you're teaching them to, it's tough love. How's that tough love? How is it, and back to the woman in the video, of that Camden streamer, whatever his name is. Okay, last part of the name is Camden. Because your son started getting more money, he started getting more recognition online or whatever, and you want to tarnish his reputation, you want to try to unplug his computer and all that type of jazz because you had a hard life, you're having a hard life and you take it out on your kid? Really? See, I'm gonna say this right now. Once I leave my parents' house, okay, the one individual, okay, who is currently causing a lot of shit right now, I want to block him from everything, okay? Now, I've been blocked them from Facebook a long time ago because they were giving me issues about that on there when I was a teenager, and now I'm grown, and now it's starting to act a little funny on my TikTok sometimes. I might just block them before I move out, but that besides the point. Still, I never want to talk to them ever again. I don't. I hate talking to them right now. I hate seeing them right now. There's nowhere to go. I have no friends, no roommates, etc., whatever, right? So, and this is the last point I want to make. They will go on this whole thing about, oh, our kids hate us. What did we ever do to deserve this? And, oh, people make mistakes. And, oh, well, it's hard to be a parent. And, oh, well, it's all in the past. No, you have a rap sheet of doing shit over and over again. Distance you. And now, since you can't control somebody anymore, since you can't be in someone's face anymore or disrespect somebody anymore, Now you start gaslighting and saying it's them. They don't appreciate me. When I'm dead and gone, they're gonna wish I was still here. Maybe not so much you. But you never thought about that? Maybe with all the complete problems and all the issues on top of not talking to you, maybe it wouldn't even matter if you were gone. It wouldn't even matter. Not wishing, but it wouldn't even matter. Now, and some of y'all might have different circumstances and probably gone through worse things. Not that it matters. I don't want to compare how worse or less abuses or crap you take from family members. But the whole idea of it is that it wouldn't even matter to me, honestly. I mean, to completely sit up here and then go in that whole spiel, it's like you have a rap sheet of doing bad to somebody. You get multiple warnings. You waste time and money going through therapy. You waste time and money talking. Well, yeah, you waste time talking about it and trying to resolve it. And now when they cut you off, oh, my kid just hates me for no reason. Really? So this is why it's really struck a chord with me. It just really made me think of the family issues and the stereotypical stuff that happens with the women in my family. And the main thing of it is that it's like people are going to make excuses for this woman, probably with religion or him being younger, 18, and whatever. But the thing you got to really keep in mind is that you got to be a lot smarter. You got to have some logic. You can't beat your son online like that. And then you got the other people who are going to take her side for whatever reason and think y'all looking good too. No, y'all look retarded too. And it's the reason why some of y'all agreeing with her will die alone and not have any kids beside you. Because you probably abuse the crap out of your kids as well. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And you don't have to agree with me. You can respectfully disagree. I don't care. My whole thing of it is it affected me with the family issue that I have. And it was just completely uncalled for that action to have taken place.